Good Friday evening, South Carolina Weather Watchers. We have made it. Finally, it's about time that we have made it to the final day of the work week, which is indeed Friday. Let's go and give a round of applause for that. Made it all the way to Friday evening, and now we have the weekend ahead of us. But first, before you go on and settle in for the weekend, we obviously got to talk about the weather like we do every night at 9 o'clock p.m. Make sure that you go on, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the share button if you have not already. We have 5 people in here and only 2 likes right now. Let's go on and get that like button up. Also, make sure that you go on and vote inside the poll. We have 3 people who have voted so far. Let's go on and push that number up. Make sure that you vote inside of that. Let's go on and we're not going to waste any time. You see the title. Going to be talking about the rain every day pattern is back, and I will show you why when we're done with our regular forecast. But let's go on and talk with the recorded audience for the people who could unfortunately not make it here tonight. Good Friday evening, South Carolina Weather Watchers. Hopefully, everyone has had a fantastic Friday. I am your meteorologist, Peterson, and let's go and talk about the weather for your Friday evening going into your future. We have made it to the last day, but we still got to talk about the weather first before you can go on and enjoy your weekend. Going on to the state of South Carolina, we do have some rainfall going on up here. Very little, like barely any rainfall at all. It's up here near Spartanburg and Inman, South Carolina. There is a storm that's about to move in up here near, over here near like Fingerville, South Carolina, and the state line going on over here inside of South Carolina as well. Right now that storm, right now is wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour. That's a push. That's about to push through that region, and pretty much everyone, I'd say Gaffney would probably need to watch out for that. In Blacksburg, but that's as you go into like probably like the next 40 to 50 minutes or so. Going into the entire United States, we do have some severe weather going on in North Carolina with Greensboro under a severe thunderstorm warning. Also, some rainfall with some severe thunderstorms near Durham, North Carolina. Rainfall in Tennessee, as well as Georgia getting some severe storms. Alabama getting some strong storms. Indiana receiving some flooding, as well as Illinois receiving some rainfall. Also up here inside of Maine, receiving some rainfall over there. And then over here, we have some tornado warnings out in Texas right now. And there has been some confirmed tornadoes on the ground over here inside of Texas. And unfortunately, it's pretty much in the same area that it was. Pretty much the same area that was inside of a tornado warning near Lubbock, Texas. Some of those regions, that's the region that got hit by a tornado yesterday, and it got hit with another one today. Probably not the exact same location, but there definitely is some correlation, and it was very close, pretty much. So back to back tornadoes on the ground in just to the west of Lubbock, Texas. But continuing out west, rainfall going on over here in Nevada and California, as well as the Four Corners region. Going into cloud cover for South Carolina. Right now, the upstate of South Carolina obviously receiving the most cloud cover and rainfall, I guess. Midlands looking clear, Low Country, PD, Grand Strand, all looking clear right now. And so the only clouds that we have is up there in the upstate. As we go into our future, though, that will most likely change as we go further into the future. You can see that cloud cover will move its way, and the entire state will be covered by cloud cover by the time we get to around tomorrow morning. Then once we get to around tomorrow, like late tomorrow morning, early afternoon, that cloud cover is really going to start to sprout out a lot more, and you're not really going to see too much in terms of cloud cover. But then as we get into the later afternoon and the evening, that cloud cover will start to get its act back together, especially down there near the coastal region, Low Country, Southern Midlands, and the PD region as well. Current temperatures right now, 84 in Columbia as well as 84 in Orangeburg, 84 in Holly Hill as well as 82 in Somerville, 84 in Moncks Corner, and 80 in Allendale. We also do have 82 in Georgetown, 82 in Myrtle Beach as well as 80 in Conway and North Myrtle Beach, 82 in Loris, 80 in Charleston, 80 in Walterboro as well as 82 in Greenville, 82 in Spartanburg and Gaffney as well as 82 in York, 82 in Clemson and Anderson as well as Greenwood as well. So a lot of 82s, 84s, and 80s. Pretty much everybody except for Walhalla. has either 80, 82, or 84. Going into low temperatures for tonight, low temperature 69 in Greenville, 69 Spartanburg, as well as 70 in Rock Hill, 70 in Lawrence and Greenwood, as well as Anderson, 74 in Columbia, as well as Orangeburg, 72 in Walterboro, and 75 in Charleston, 74 in Georgetown, and 75 in Myrtle Beach. Going into your rainfall for tonight, we do have chance for some rainfall as we go from 8 p.m. tonight into 8 p.m. tomorrow night. See 100 to a tenth of an inch possible from Girard, Dillon, Myrtle Beach going to King Street, Georgetown, Moncks Corner, Walterboro, and Barnwell going into Orangeburg, Camden, and Newbury, Greenwood, and Anderson. Greenville also getting in on some rainfall as well, and then maybe even a tenth of an inch to a quarter of an inch over there near Spartanburg. In terms of severe weather for tonight, let's see, they probably did give an update. Yes, this marginal risk of severe weather has since pretty much deceased, as there is no longer a marginal risk. It's only just a light thunderstorm threat, as there is a strong thunderstorm actually about to move in to South Carolina, but it's not severe, so I believe that, probably the right call for them to get rid of it for now. Things obviously might change, but I think it's a bit too late for those storms to intensify even more now, so I think we'll be fine for now. As you go into tomorrow, this is where things start to get a little bit rocky, as we do have a slight risk of severe weather pretty much for the entire state of South Carolina, except for that very southern portion, but I would not be surprised if they just extend it throughout the entire state tomorrow. I pretty much would say y'all still have to pay attention down there as well, even though you're inside the marginal risk. Now, what is driving this? It obviously will be the damaging winds. Scattered damaging wind gusts of up to 60 miles per hour is possible. And that again goes for everyone inside the yellow. And then if you're inside of the green down there, 5% risk, so some isolated damaging wind gusts, 40 to 60 miles per hour. Then we also do have a hail threat as well. Pretty much that goes for pretty much everybody except for the low country of South Carolina, parts of the southern Midlands, as well as southern Georgetown and Williamsburg County as well. Everyone else, you do have a 5% risk of receiving some hail, mainly small hail, but potentially an isolated 1-inch diameter hailstone could fall. And as you go into Sunday, we are not done either. We are not done, as we do have a slight risk of severe weather that goes on from Aiken, Columbia, southern upstate, going into pretty much the coastal regions as well. Again, probably a damaging wind threat, isolated hail threat, but nothing in terms of tornadoes right now. Just looking like it's going to be a wind and kind of hail threat. Let's go on now and look at the excessive rainfall. Excessive rainfall for tonight, obviously, there is nothing for tonight. As we go in and push this into tomorrow, nothing for tomorrow. Sunday, nothing for Sunday. But Monday, marginal risk of excessive rainfall, so some minor flooding is in the question for Greenwood all the way down through Orangeburg, Somerville, Charleston, Aiken, and Hilton Head Island. And then as you go into day 5, Tuesday, we get a little bit of a break. So Monday is the only day that we have in terms of minor flooding. If we go on to our models as well, let's go in and see what they say. Starting off here at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, it's a bit different, but overall, you can definitely see the moisture out there inside the upstate. Nothing, too bad happening. And honestly, we're gonna start off Saturday pretty nice. I'm not going to lie. As you go all the way into, okay, here we go, 23Z right here. You can see that we're gonna start off Saturday actually pretty dry, and there might be a little isolated drop of rain up there inside of the upstate, but that's again one model run that probably will be gone by the next one. Either way, but right now it's looking pretty good right now. As we go into Saturday. Now, for the rest of Saturday, that's another big question. As you can see here, we still by 6 p.m. You can see nothing's going on. Absolutely nothing. But finally, by the time you get to around 8 p.m., storms start to pop off. Now, I think that I think this could potentially be making these storms pop up a little bit too late, because by 8 o'clock p.m., there's not really going to be too much of a severe threat unless the storms have enough energy to move through the state. and it has enough to pretty much maintain its strength. But it pushes through. By 12 to 1 o'clock in the morning, and then it continues through. Now, these probably will have some thunderstorms in it, but in terms of severe thunderstorms, that's the question that we don't know. And if we go into June the 8th as well, this is Sunday right here, Sunday morning right here. Just overall, just a whole bunch of rainfall moving through from the low country of South Carolina going to the Georgetown and Williamsburg County areas as well as you go into Sunday morning, even going into Sunday afternoon as well. So that's it in terms of our short-term future. Let's go on and look at the long-term. So we're going to start off here at June the 8th at 2 p.m. You can see that this rainfall activity right here that just continues to go throughout the state as we go all the way through June the 14th, the 15th, the 16th, 17th, the 18th, the 19th, and the 20th. Now, this is a bit too far out, so, I'm not going to say anything too much far past. We can't really say anything from June the 19th forward. That's just way too far. That's almost 2 weeks in advance. So we're just going to have to wait on that. But that brings me into the topic. Now, I do want to say that before I do these weather forecasts, obviously I do my research before I, look at all the stuff, what I'm going to be saying, what I'm going to be talking about, all that kind of stuff. And I went to go look at the 7-day forecast. Now, as you know, some of you, or probably most of you know, I reside in Summerville, South Carolina. So I was like, okay, well, let's go on and see, what's going on throughout, the Summerville area as we go through the next 7 days or so. So I go on and check it. And pretty much it says that there will pretty much be a chance of rainfall as you go all throughout from now into next week Friday. So pretty much like the next 7 days or so. Pretty much what I saw. And I was like, you know what? That's a great thing that I checked because... And obviously, we've been looking at the models. We know that it was going to be raining like this almost every single day. But that was a great way to segue into the rain every day pattern is back. Last summer, I talked about it a lot. For the people who were there with me last summer, which, hold on, let's give a round of applause to those people, though, that's been here since last summer. Remember me talking about that, though. Yeah, so everyone that was there last summer that remembers me talking about how it was raining every single day, and I got kind of bored making up the same title over and over again. But this rain every day pattern, pretty much what I'm trying to get through, is that it's back and it's in full effect. And obviously, does that mean everyone's going to see rain every single day through the next 7 days? You can answer it. Obviously, it is no. But it is almost, and that's why I asked inside the poll, by the way. I said, are you ready for rain almost every single day? 43% says yes, and 57% says no. I'm kind of in between if I was to pick, because if it's impacting daily plans, obviously no, but if it's not, then absolutely, as there still is a drought in place, by the way, but it's only for those, Horry County going to Georgetown and Charleston County right now. So there's not really a lot really to talk about in terms of, what's going on in terms of drought-wise. But this will definitely help knock it out. And hopefully everyone will be out of the normally dry and into the none category as well. Because usually once we get deep into summer, that's when it really starts to rise up. So if we can get a good start early on, hopefully that will help knock it out a little bit. But that's what I just wanted to say there. I just wanted to say that that's why I talked about how it could potentially rain almost every single day. And so I do want to go on now and talk about the crazy score. If you have no idea what the crazy score is, the crazy score is a score. The crazy score is a score that we see how crazy the weather is inside of South Carolina. It is not made by me. It is made by a bot, pretty much, or AI, I guess you could say. And it is pretty spot on. Sometimes I can disagree with it. Sometimes I can agree with it. It just matters on what it thinks, and all of it comes from the National Weather Service. So, right now, it is inside of the moderate category. It is at a 36. Noticeable weather conditions such as moderate rain, wind, or minor storms. And I can agree with that. I actually do agree with it tonight. No, I'm not going live tonight. But But I do believe that there is, obviously going to be a higher score tomorrow, potentially in the severe category, and I might go live tomorrow. But for tonight, no. So let's go on now and talk with the audience. If you want to be a part of the audience, you can by joining us at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Let's see what the audience has to say for tonight. Starting off, Mr. Anthony says, good evening, JP. Good evening to you. Thad says, good evening, Joseph. I hope all is well. I wish it would rain almost every day here in San Antonio. We are horribly in need, I know. I see the drought monitor just over there in San Antonio. Y'all are in the worst drought right now in the D4. That is the worst of worst in terms of drought. So definitely, if we could send some rainfall, definitely would, but obviously we can't do that. So, you just gotta hope for some more rainfall. And I mean, if I go on, well, we'll talk about San Antonio in a second. My cousin Cheryl says, good evening, everyone. I hope everybody had a good day. I'm at work. I'm listening because I'm gonna let everybody know. My cousin, the meteorologist, have a wonderful weekend. Love you, Cheryl. Thank you so much for that message. And thank you so much for making us again your nightly routine. Trail says hi, just hello to you, and that's it. So that's all I can see here. So we're gonna go on now and talk about our 3 locations of San Antonio, Raleigh, and Philadelphia. Starting off with San Antonio first. Low temperatures tonight 78. High temperatures tomorrow at 99. Low temperatures tomorrow night at 77, and unfortunately, I wish I could say some relief would be coming soon for San Antonio, but the next time you could potentially see rainfall, it's only going to be a 30% chance, and it's going to be on Monday night. Tuesday, you also have a 30%, and even Tuesday night as well. The next time you could probably definitely expect some rain probably is Wednesday, unless things change. It's a 50%, but we can only expect that to rise for now. But overall, high temperatures will stay in like the high 90s and low 100s as you go into next week as well. So that drought will most likely persist as you go through, as temperatures probably won't even drop below 90 for highs as you move into next week and even into late next week. In terms of severe weather, though, I will say there is no threat for any sort of severe weather, excessive rainfall. You can probably guess it, but there definitely is no shot for any sort of excessive rainfall, except for actually Tuesday, which I'm actually a bit confused about. Only a 30% chance for Tuesday, but they do have a minor risk of flooding on Tuesday for right now. So we'll see how that develops as we go through. Raleigh being the lows tonight of 70, high temperatures tomorrow 91, low temperature tomorrow night at 70. There is a chance of rain tonight, but tomorrow thunderstorms are likely, and then a chance of thunderstorms tomorrow night as well. In terms of severe weather, Raleigh does have a slight risk of severe weather. That is for tomorrow. There is a 15% risk of damaging winds and a 5% chance of damaging hail. And then on Sunday as well, a 15% risk of severe weather is also possible is also there for Sunday as well. In terms of excessive rainfall for Raleigh as well, there is no excessive rainfall that is expected through Raleigh. And then finally, the last location being Philadelphia. Low temperatures tonight, 66. High temperatures tomorrow, 81. Low temperatures tomorrow night at 64. A chance of thunderstorms tonight. Tomorrow, a chance of thunderstorms also tomorrow during the day. And then no precipitation tomorrow night. Starting off with excessive rainfall. No excessive rainfall is expected. Severe weather. Interestingly enough, Saturday and Sunday, you do have a threat for some severe weather. Mainly damaging winds, if I was to guess, 40 to 60 miles per hour. But that's Saturday and Sunday. And so that's it there in terms of those 3 locations. Let's talk about what's going on throughout the entire U.S. We'll look at the chat one more time, and then we'll be out of here for tonight if there's nothing else to talk about. Several rounds of severe thunderstorms are ongoing and are expected from the central and southern high plains to the southeast U.S. through Sunday. Large hail, damaging winds, and a few tornadoes will be possible. Thunderstorms may also bring areas of excessive rainfall, which could bring flooding to parts of the aforementioned areas through Sunday as well. We do have some heat advisories and some extreme heat watches going on in Washington. Yes, inside of Washington. Believe it or not, it's going to get up to close to 100 degrees up there in Washington. It's going to be probably hotter in Washington than it is down here in South Carolina, which is very interesting to see. Very, very interesting to see. Um, we also do have some red flag warnings up there for Montana, obviously for it being dry and warm, and overall just no rainfall. Air quality alerts still going on from the Canadian wildfires going through Maine, New York, going into Vermont, Michigan, Indiana, and Illinois, going through Chicago and Minnesota as well. And other than that, that is pretty much all that we have there. Let's check out the chat one more time. I don't see anything else. Make sure that if you have not hit the like button or the subscribe button, make sure you go and do so. Also, make sure you go hit the share button. We are at 477 subscribers, trying to get to 500 subscribers. We need 23. That is all. That's more people, or that is less people than you have met inside of your entire lifetime. You've probably met more than 23 people in the past year. So make sure that you go on and hit the subscribe button, hit the share button, share with all of the people that you know. There's at least one person that you have not sent it to yet, and make sure that they hit the subscribe button as well. And I will be back tomorrow morning with your Saturday morning forecast update as the weekend is here. Everyone have a fantastic rest of your Friday.